Welcome back to episode 4 of Your Wealth Story, and this week we are looking at an archetype that is close to my heart, the Alchemists. Alchemy has an interesting history that originates from Egypt, but it's not just about transmuting boring base metals into precious gold, it's also about creating the elixir of life and finding the Philosopher's Stone. This pretty much reflects the essence of the Alchemist. To the Alchemist is about transforming or transmuting people and systems, be it through exploring the depths of connections through people, or synthesizing ideas from disparate disciplines and creating something more valuable than the sum of the parts. Although these people are quite rare, history has gifted us people like Nelson Mandela, who transmitted 27 years of imprisonment into national liberation and unification. Jung, who reimagined our understanding of the unconscious. David Bowie, who redefined identity transformation itself. Or Frida, Kahlo, who turned pain into aesthetic power. The true power of the Alchemists is the ability to delve deep beyond the superficiality of the known and accepted, and extract a nugget of insight that can profoundly shift the trajectory of humanity itself. As powerful as this may sound, it doesn't come without a price. Profound pain and often unadulterated martyrdom. It's also interesting to note that an alchemist tends to have a rather sensitive nervous system, which leads them being prone to emotional overload. Their gift becomes both a blessing and a burden. Now, how do you know if you're an alchemist? Based on the Myers-Briggs typology, you may be an INFJ, which is the advocate, or an INTP, which is the logician. So if deep insight into people or systems really turn you on, then you might just be an alchemist. But here are some other telltale signs of an alchemist. You tend to dive into a wide array of abstract concepts, seeing the invisible threads of connections through things like existentialism, metaphysics, astrophysics, cryptocurrencies, economics, basically anything and everything. You often feel that you are much older than you are. In other words, an old soul. You are often more of a silent observer, people watching in the background, rather than being the life of the party. Palmistry-wise, you may have lines etched all over your hands, which suggest more of a sensitive or overactive nervous system. Lastly, you have an uncanny ability to uncover the patterns or insights that people often miss, and you are never short of creative solutions. Although the alchemist is the quintessential polymath that can mold themselves to practically any career, they have one core criteria that must be met in order to flourish: deep meaning. Whatever they throw themselves into, it has to have deeper meaning. It can't just be paying the bills or climbing corporate ladders for fun. It has to scratch an itch on the soul level. And as you can imagine, that's a hard place to reach. Despite this, they can be successful in anything from being a psychologist, a holistic healer, a researcher, transformational guide, or even a scientist. What matters is that they find meaning in synthesizing information. Because ultimately, the alchemist is one that creates true wealth through transforming or transmuting the seemingly boring, mundane things into precious gold. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one.